You know what? I'm tired of working in the cold. Today, we're gonna add a double barrel stove to the shop and heat this bad boy up. Let's get at it. All right, all piped up. Operational. Shop's got heat, baby. Let's go. All right, only need a couple things to make this happen. 2 barrels and a camp stove kit. Got the barrels off Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks and got the camp stove kit off Amazon for 100 bucks. All right, pretty standard stuff that it comes with. A few feet, a couple legs, and some screws and some adapters. There's the damper. There's the hardware. Door latch. There's the base. And here is the door. And here's the top. All right. All right, first things first, gotta cut out the door. So pick these up off Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks. Make sure whoever you bought them from, the guy that I bought them from said he cleaned them. But if not, just make sure you open it before you start cutting it, just in case this is, gas or whatever was in it. It gets trapped and explodes on you. So let's get at it. All right, let's get this nice and lined up. Doesn't have to be exact, but not a bad thing to be when you can. That is good enough in my eyes. Okay, take your pen, trace that bad boy out. All right, well, let's get cutting. Well, had a little bit of pressure in it. Huzzah! Yeah, pretty close. Hey, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It'd be much appreciated. And here's the hardware that it comes with. Just a bolt and a nut, 10 millimeter. Just slide that bad boy in, and on the other side, put the nut on, screw it in, and away you go. Now that we got the door on, gotta put the feet on. got these first feet lined up. We're gonna do that one first. Then once we get this bolted on, we'll come back and do that one because we'll measure from the top there and then just make sure the feet look even. So bring you over to the side, and that's what our front looks like. So coming along. I'm just marking these with a pin. Okay, there's those 2 dots, got 2 on each side. So we'll drill those out and then put that bad boy back on. Yeah, let's do that way. A little quick zap. Perfect. Let's take some measurements. So we'll try to get 3 3/4 from the other lip, just so we're somewhat even. This next part might be a little tricky since the bolt's all the way in the bottom there. Breaker bar. Perfect. In order to get these bottom ones, what I'm gonna do, here's 10mm guy, breaker bar, shove this bad boy down there, and then we'll get good it from the side. Oh, this is money. Do that for all 4? Okay. Well, moment of truth. Oh yeah, I like it. Give her the old, that ain't going nowhere. Yeah. As good as money's gonna get. Okay, so what we do is mock this cup on the barrel, trace it around the line, and let's make our cut. Saw. Yay! Alright. Now we'll drill the holes for it. Okay, now we'll just put all these bolts up and then we can stack the top stack the top one. And bada boom, bada bang. Just like that, we can make a fire. So, learning from my last mistake, I'm going to try to make these close to this side so I can actually reach under, screw these bolts down, and then screw these bolts down, and away we go. So, something like that. Let's fit the second one on and see what happens. Well, that didn't work. I'm kind of thinking we set the front one first and see what happens here. As you can see, hardware's not perfect, but hey, it screws something to it, so that's all that really matters. Now that we got one side on, this side. Hey, look at that. I know some of these words. Well, a little good enough is going to have to be good enough. Perfecto! All right. Let's slap her up here. Perfecto! So here's a little recap of where we're at. Got the bottom base all hooked up. Got those two screwed down. Got that flue screwed down. And then over here on the top, got this guy cut out, got the holes punched. So we just need to cut this bad boy to length. And then that will fit that guy on that guy once we bolt that flue down. So it's gonna wrap it up for today. We'll come back tomorrow and finish her up. All right, y'all, we are back and it is Christmas Eve. So what we need to do now, put the other boot on. So put this flange on, put that bad boy up top, and then we need to measure the connecting piece between the two barrels, and then we can cut the top damper piece. So let's get at it. So, right about there, and we'll take a measurement. We will call it 3 1/8. Well, that is ironic, y'all. So this 6-inch coupler, this groove right at the top, is roughly what we need. So we'll just make this cut right at the top, and then we'll have to run to the store and go get some more black pipe. But for the time being, this will be good, and then we can mock it up and mess with it. So So what we need to do before we actually install this is remove the paint from the barrels because we don't want burning paint in our shop. So we can do this one of two ways: make a nice hot fire, or you can use a grinder or something to get all the paint off manually, but I'm choosing to make a nice hot fire and do this outside.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so part 2 of this project is getting the stove into place. So, as you can see, there's the old stove sitting right there. We're planning on putting it right where that wall is. So, we need to remove that wall, remove the old piping, move this guy, and get her into place. So, we're going to do that just like that. So, as you can see, you got the wall out. We're going to put the stove right about there. Just need to pipe her up all the way to the existing chimney. Got some new chimney pipe. Gonna throw some fire brick in so the bottom doesn't rot out as quick. And gotten a true adapter to the existing pipe and a couple corner pieces. So gonna pipe this up and away we go here. All right, y'all. Well, as you can see, we got it installed. Forgot to film putting the pipe in, and shout out to father-in-law for helping put the final pieces together here. So had him come over and we stacked the final pieces together, got the fire going here, and we got an operational fireplace. So this bad boy heats up the shop now. This is a 30 by 50 shop, and it just makes it a nice place to work in now. So I'm gonna take you through a couple things that we did here to make this fit up a little bit nicer, and after that we're gonna finish fire wrapping this pole with something a little bit better. But after that, we're pretty much wrapped up here. As you can see here, we made a couple modifications to what comes in the box. As you know, most people know, these legs just kind of suck that come factory with the kit there. So what we had to do was make a couple modifications, and so we made these legs adjustable by using some threaded rod and some washers and nuts and stuff. And then also we just picked up a couple spring clamps. This is what you use in like unistrut and conduit hanger. So that's what we used for the bottom feet there. And then we were able to twist this threaded rod so we can get it all nice and balanced and adjustable. I don't have a welder, otherwise I would just, tack these together, but this is what we came up with. So that was one thing that was kind of a pain. Cut that back flume piece a little bit higher than in order to make this work with the threaded rod. But yeah, other than that, got all the pipe fitted up here. All you need to do is tack 3 of these pipe screws in at each joint, and that way it gives it some good clamping force. They are these guys right here. They're just right next to it. It's stovepipe screws, just the self-tapping ones. You just need 3 at each joint, and away you go. So, kind of last thing here that we need to do is I'm gonna put a strap to tie in the existing wall to the actual stove, just to give it a little bit more rigidity, even though it's supported up top. But after that, just gonna fire wrap this pole. Should be good to go. And then one last thing I wanted to talk about is just separation distances. There's not obviously that good of a code for a wood barrel stove, so most people recommend 36 inches from any sort of combustibles. So we're gonna wrap this with some metal and call it a day, because we scooted this farther over just so we had access to this wall. But everywhere else around it has 36 inches from, wood and combustibles. So we'll fire wrap that with some metal sheathing, get rid of this extra stovepipe that we got for a temporary solution, and we'll be good to go. Sometimes you just need to sit back, relax, and enjoy the fruits of your labor here. This stove is really going to be a big impact on the shop, I think. I'm a big proponent of making your space that you want to be in the way that you want it. And having some sort of heat source out in the shop is just going to make me want to be out here more. It's going to, you know, not be so miserable doing car projects or woodworking or, you know, sharpening chainsaws. And really excited for this wood stove and just having a nice place to come and sit by the fire. I don't know how to describe it, but there's something about a wood fire that can never be replaced. Well, that's going to wrap up this stove project here. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this kind of content. And comment down below of how you like this stove, don't like this stove, what you would change, what you wouldn't change, and just like to hear you guys' thoughts and see what kind of modifications you've done to your stove that could help my stove do a little better. So that's going to wrap this one up today. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.